Hi everyone, we are from Group 6 and we'll be presenting about the moral judgments related to Sapura Energy Sdn Bhd. So, the question is, should the Malaysian government bail out Sapura Energy? Our group consists of 6 members. Firstly is Nurul Amirah. She will be presenting about the moral judgment responsibility. Next, I, Hani Suraya, will be presenting about integrity. Umi Nur Ashikin will presenting about leadership and integrity. Alia Farha about the transparency. Neo Shawli about fairness. And lastly, Sofia Balkis about compassion.
Hi, my name is Nurul Amirah binti Drama, metric number 280176. From my opinion, Sapura Energy needs to be bailed out from bankruptcy in order to show its responsibility towards workers, vendors and investors who put millions of ringgits into the company with the expectation of higher returns. The Trust Amanah Saham Nasional ASN owns more than 10 million shares in the corporation. Pemodelan Nasional Berhad PNB invests more than 5 billion and the business has more than 10,000 workers and 3,000 vendors. One of the ways taken by Sapura Energy to take responsibility in this case is to focus on restructuring the company finance and operations effectively. This is because Sapura Energy predict a better operating environment in the coming year as the global economy continue to improve. Moreover, it is pushed by high crude oil price due to geopolitical unrest in East Europe, which drive energy importing states to look for new source of supply. Furthermore, Malaysia will lose its bigger petroleum service company, which serve the most crucial industry in the country, if no effort is made to save Sapura. Instead of pleading with the government to save Sapura Energy from bankruptcy, by providing loans or asking Petronas or Khazanah Nasional to take over control of PNB, the company has been looking for effective solution and alternative to reduce debt and reboot the company reputation. So, what are the factual information that can support my opinion? First, the company will continue to negotiate with trade creditor under a scheme of arrangement SOA framework to reach a mutually acceptable agreement on outstanding payment. Second, Sapura Energy Board of Directors established a board restructuring task force in December 2021 to enhance management and government processes and take important steps toward a fair and stable debt restructuring through conciliation with creditor. Third, Sapura Energy will also sell non-core assets to strengthen its operational focus and provide capital to the group. Lastly, the group is also looking for new source of fund to finance the business plan, as it plans to restructure the business and streamline operation. With all the effort mentioned, my moral judgment state that Sapura Energy is a company that is responsible for its employee, investor and vendors.
I oppose the Malaysian government decision to save Sapura Energy. It's possible that Sapura's lack of integrity is one of the causes of its demise. The company's enormous level of debt have some analysts quite worried. An analyst note from Hong Leong Investment Bank stated that Sapura's net debt level continued to deteriorate to 10.3 billion ringgit as of the end of July 2022. To simply put, poor strategy decisions and purchases, particularly the substantial purchase of Seadrill drilling assets, were to blame for Sapura Energy losses. This explains how Sapura poor debt management led to their bankruptcy. The CEO of Sapura Energy should lead with integrity rather than covering up their mistakes, blaming their teams or making excuses, act in accordance with their words and accept responsibility for their actions. To conclude, a company that lacks solid ethics risks breaking the law, falling into financial trouble and facing unethical situation. Sapura Energy should not be saved because political meddling and poor management of corporation brought no benefits to the taxpayer. Money from the taxpayer was taken away to benefit the crony businesses. As the business grew, the board of directors of Sapura received billions of dollars and a variety of lavish benefits. So why should the decision be made to foot the bill if the bosses manage the business irresponsibly? I will pass the stage to the next presenter. Thank you.
I shall proceed to the next part of moral judgment in this Sapura Energy issue. I see two moral judgments, which are leadership and integrity. So I will start with moral integrity first. On Sapura Energy issue, we can see that SEB lacks integrity because they will not tell us how much they lost the money, which almost caused the company to bankrupt. However, they are seeking financial assistance from the government or PNB in form of bailout for their business. But how can those parties get out of trouble if they will not set and say how much money they have lost? And that's where the public can see how honest and moral the company is. Also, because of this, how do they expect the investors to invest in their own company if they don't show the integrity that is very important and necessary in a company? Because they did not want to give it tone to different parties and people in community who want to know how this SEB works. This quality of integrity is important for Sapura Energy Berhad to attract and keep investors. This means they must tell everyone how much it costs the government to save the company. Next, judgment towards leadership. It is obvious that the leadership of Sapura Energy lacks ethical standard, as evidenced by the ongoing issue over the excessive salary of the company's CEO, Shahriz Samsudin, who is also the company's largest shareholder. Sapura Energy's CEO is still earning 200,000 ringgit per day, even though the company has lost billions of ringgit. The former CEO of SEB earned only RM 17 million per year in salary. Shahriz Samsudin made a lot of money trading other people's investment funds, but he lost everything. Losers like this are often bailed out by government with money paid by taxpayers to the government. Losers impact the salaries of Sapura Energy employees. When the salary of hundreds of Sapura employees were cut, Datuk Sri Najib did not advocate for the people. The leadership of Sapura Energy lacks the moral standards and knowledge to advance it in a better manner. They cannot successfully direct the organization. So that's all for me.
I strongly support the statement regarding the issue I will describe, which is the transparency of Tan Sri Shahriz Samsudin, the CEO of Sapura Energy Sdn Bhd, regarding the salary and finance of Sapura Energy. Since it's a synonym for honest, clean, pure trust and other words, this can be demonstrated when the Sapura Energy company was in financial distress as a result of numerous losses recorded over a specific period and require assistance from the Petronas company to accommodate and relocate the Sapura Energy company. Various ideas have been proposed to save the Sapura Energy company, but there are also many obstacles due to the increased debt experience. No transparency where the salary of the Chief Executive Officer Tan Sri Shahriz is still receive a salary according to a study from the Bank Negara, recording as approximately 200,000 ringgit salary Tan Sri Shahriz in a day, even though the company served low debt. Sapura Energy Company Tan Sri Tan Sri Shahril Shamsuddin's life salary is based in part on a share deal he struck with a financial institution where the oil and gas group refinanced a 14 billion loan. Except for the share owned by CEO Tan Sri Shahril in the company, you can see hidden things that are not known here, such as Tan Sri Shahril Shamsuddin's salary, which is still increased while the company suffered from many loan and financial loss. The community also have the viewpoint in which they do not pay attention to the issue that arise at the Safura Energy company because they don't believe that the company finance are stable because Tan Sri Shahril's salary has increased. The moral judgment made in relation to the lease issue are complete are referred on the Rebel website. This is a legitimate problem that the Safura Energy company is facing. However, no one has proposed a solution or present themselves to save the Safura Energy company. The normal norm, as we know, is the behavior accepted by the society in which a person's life it also appears about human behavior in a specific society. The moral of this story is that there is a lack of transparency in the organization or among the parties involved, because there is no reason why it cannot be helped, especially in terms of finance when many people know the ins and outs of business and economy, as well as people who have high assets. This issue must make the negative side of this company.
My name is Nusari. My train numbers is 284460. I will continue my moral judgment, which is fairness. In my opinion, government should not bail out Sapura Energy Debt is because it will use the money of taxpayer to save it from financial debts. The taxpayer money should be used to take care of the welfare of people and the country developments. Sometimes a business will incur a profit or loss. It is not a responsibility of people. If a company incurs failure, the people of Malaysia should not pay for it. At the same time, if a business obtains a gain, it only pay dividends or bonus to its employees and investors. Also, the trading between Sapura and vendors is an interest relationship. Hence, it is not fair for the people of Malaysia to bail out Sapura Energy. Secondly, based on the factual information of Sapura Energy, it stated that Permodalam Nasional Berhad PNB invested 2.68 billion into Sapura, boosting its ownership stake from 12.6 to 40% in Sapura Energy in January 2019. PNB is a government-owned company that manages funds such as unit trusts. Through the investment from PNB, Sapura still stays underperforming. In this case, we need to apply fairness concept. The moral theory that everyone should be given equality, which means they should not face prejudice based on their social status. To be fair, the government should not bail out for Sapura Energy. This is because BNB already bailed Sapura before. The government does not use people's money for an unstable financial problems company. It is unjust for the community to spend billions of ringgits on Sapura to save the future of employees indirectly. The money may be used for developing countries, lending money to study loans and giving subsidies to people. Due to the country's inflation, so many people are suffering from living costs, and the government should use the money to fix the economic problems in Malaysia. Thirdly, my moral judgment is based on the recent and correct information from an extensive study that included reading and reviewing numerous articles on the topics. At the same time, my moral judgment is also based on a sound and defensible moral set. This principle which is fairness. It will be unfair to Malaysians if the government bail out Sapura Energy. In short, the fair decision made by the government can bring a bright future to the country. Alright, that's all from me. Thank you.
The next moral judgment is compassion. This bailout crisis has shown Datuk Sri Najib Razak awareness of Sapura Energy's internal and external factors. If you want to save the country, aid the needy first, he said on May 12, and told Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim that rescuing huge firms was less essential than maintaining jobs and living standards. He said that the government must prevent Sapura Energy from going bankrupt or face the wrath of Malaysians who owned the company. Datuk Sri Najib Razak has successfully demonstrated compassion towards Malaysian and more than 10,500 Sapura's employees when he can empathize with the employees, take an interest in learning about the difficulties they are having on the issue and how it could affect their job, dedicate themselves to helping them to overcome obstacles. However, the ex-Prime Minister Minister compassion would not bring any benefits of the current issue since Sapura's energy issue was comparable to those of One Malaysia Development Berhad (YMDB), Tabung Haji and Felda. Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim gave advice to make an investigation and find the main cause of the problem. And it makes no difference who is right or wrong. We strongly agree how the ex-Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib shows compassion towards the people involved, and he has shown leadership that cares about its people must be leadership that welcomes everyone. Dissolving barriers between individuals, compassion, foster community, friendship and mutual aid. It is important for the leader to have compassion because connecting with others is facilitated by the leaders who show empathy, and it helps people work together better, build trust and increase commitment. Further research has shown that followers give greater respect and authority to leaders who show empathy and compassion. Business and the public have learned from the Sapura Energy accident to prioritize staff and consumer safety. We have conducted research and written on empathy's role in leadership at Plantation Project. We have also taught world leaders how important it is to empathize in their position of power.